What is up, y'all? It is your girl, Sara from Sara's House here. This is my first live where we are having technical difficulties. So I am messaging the person who is also coming on. Give me 1 second. This is real life. This is what happens when you go live. Hopefully she joins soon. Okay, she's getting on a different computer. So hopefully that works. What is up, y'all? It is your girl, Sara from Sara's House. Thank you so much for joining us on Tuesday. Oh, what's up, Ashley? What's up, Nick? You're upstairs right now. I don't feel like I should have to say hi to you, but what is up, y'all? Thanks for joining. I'm excited for this one too. So many people do things in different ways. Let me do my little spiel. I am a reseller on various different platforms. I also do data analytics for the reseller. I have dashboards available to help you meet your monetary goals, track your sales, and then also look at your inventory. Today, we are going to, the purpose of my lives are to build a community and talk. We can learn so much from each other and having conversations from each other. And so I invite various different resellers on my platform. You don't have to have 50,000 followers to have useful information. Today I'm supposed to have two, hopefully the other one joins, resellers on my, I lost my sanity tag. Oh, I'm supposed to have two resellers. One is here for sure. Hopefully the second one can get logged in. She's having some technical difficulties, but they're both part-time. They have full-time jobs and they're moms on the side. They're part-time, but they have very valuable information to share with us. So I am going to, we have Miranda here. We actually live probably an hour away from each other, maybe. She lives in the Springs and I live in the Denver metro area. We've never met. We met online on Instagram, and here we are talking face to face. She is a surgical nurse, right? Yeah, okay. And she is a mom and then also resells. So she's kind of a part-time reseller hobbyist. So I'm going to let her introduce herself a little bit more if there's anything else that she wants to share and tell us a little bit about how she came up with her name and how she got into reselling.
Hi, Miranda here. Like Sara said, I'm a surgical assistant. I've been doing this for about 6 years. Mom of two. Started reselling probably in 2005, 2006, just sporadically. Have something to get rid of on eBay kind of thing. And then last year I had gone to school to continue my education. I was a surgical technologist first, went back to school to be my surgical assistant. And during that year of working full-time, being full-time school mom, I got a little overwhelmed, a little burnout. I'm like, I need something to do that's not medicine. I got to get out of this.
Yeah.
And seeing some YouTube videos pop up here and there about it. And I'm like, oh, I kind of know a little bit about this. I've done this sporadically. Let me watch it. And kind of just got a fire under my butt. And it was like, I'm going to start doing this. So I just started sourcing. This was September of 19. And I hit the bins for the first time. I never even knew what it was.
Yeah.
Blast. And it's like, okay. Now
they have bins in the Springs?
We have one.
Yeah, okay.
And I do go to Denver on occasion. Actually, that was my birthday present for my husband. Hey, babe, you want to go to the bins? Yay! Took the day off of work, went to the bins.
Did he go with you?
He did. He likes to resell as well. He's the IT techie guy, so he will do any kind of electronic stuff. And occasionally there's shoes for me to sell, which is awesome.
I've been trying to. My husband's techie too, and but he also is very into like the dorky comics, animation stuff. And like, so if he saw something, he would know if it was like super rare and you could sell it for like thousands of dollars. And so I've been trying to tell him he should come with me, but we also have 3 children, so
you gotta have a babysit for a little.
Yeah, he babysits for
somebody has to parent.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yes, right. He does not babysit, he parents. Very valid.
So, and then as far as my name goes, this kind of stems from starting off with the bins. I just felt like I'm sifting, through the bins and it's rags. Most of it's rags. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I doing here? This is disgusting. But then you find something, oh, this is pretty awesome. This is trendy. I can do this. I'm like, oh, Rags2Trends. All right, I'll go with it because it's like Rags to Riches is another one. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I think of when I say it. But it's helpful because it helps like from a branding perspective when I try and like tag you or look you up. I think Rags to Riches and then I type rags and then boom, you come up. So
Awesome.
It works.
It was not intentional for that purposes, but I'm happy it worked out that way.
No, it works well. That's how. Ashley says she had her first trip to the bins last month. It's intense. Do you like the bins? I'm like hit or miss. I don't.
I like the Denver bins a lot more than I like the Springs bins.
Yeah, like up north Denver, like by the like Stapleton ones, or any ones.
I've been to 2 of the 3 in Denver. So the third, the furthest north, that one I haven't been to. But the other 2,
like the Denver ones. Yeah,
I like those. I'm surprised I haven't run into you yet, honestly.
Yeah, I don't go. We were just talking about this before we started, and I source like twice a month, and I'll go to the bins for like maybe an hour, and if it's not like on fire, then I leave because I'm like, I only have a couple hours. I don't want to, because you can go to the bins for 3 hours and walk out with like 3 things. Yeah. So, okay, that's not the purpose of what we're talking about. We can talk about thrifting all day. Oh, so Ashley's husband sells too. Nick, it sounds like you just got to get into it and make all the money.
All the money.
He could do good on like the other side of the bins in that area, but I don't know if he would like the thing. Okay, well, we were supposed to have another member join us. Hopefully she can log on. She was having technical difficulties. I think we're going to get started before she logs on. Hopefully she can join us. We are talking about inventory management today, and I'm going to let you kind of walk us through your process, almost like start to finish. You come home from shopping, you have something. What do you do with it? Where does it go? If you can show us things, I know you're on your tablet, so hopefully you can like walk around without making us dizzy, but kind of just walk us through the step-by-step. I'll jump in. Hey, Nicholas. I will jump in with questions as I have them. I'm trying to be better about like managing that and you, and like it's a whole
comments up next to me, so I'm looking away to see the comments. And
yeah. If you can help me keep an eye on it, because a lot of times I'll get so like involved in our conversation, then I forget about that. So yeah, walk us through step by step. You just went shopping, you get home. What do you do now?
And actually, it's perfect because I had a small break today. I had about 45 minutes. I went sourcing at one of my local thrift stop. And I found a pair of J. Crew men's corduroy pants. They're new with tags, so I was super excited. That was the only thing I found. Unfortunately, I only got one. But I bring it home, and this is what we quote-unquote my 7-year-old calls the posh room. And I can try to, without disrupting everything. I'm making everybody dizzy.
Oh, yeah. No, you're good. We want to see.
Okay. I kind of got my little setup of my hanging rack. Those are those pants I picked up today.
So do you get home and you hang them up right away?
I try to.
Yeah, I do the same.
It depends on the day, I guess. And then I've kind of got like my little death pile hanging out back there, my money pile. But I will hang them up, and then I will immediately try to put them into my inventory. What do you call it?
Wait, y'all see me?
Yes. Hey. This is Sara. Cut you off. I saw her. She finally joined us. Yay! Glad to have you.
Sorry.
I will let you introduce yourself in a minute. Miranda's talking us through kind of her. She just got home from sourcing. What does she do with her inventory?
So anyways, then I'll put it into my little spreadsheet. I've got my own little, it's a Google Sheets spreadsheet just that I made myself, put the information where I got it, how much it costs, when I'm going to list it. And then I have this beautiful wall kind of right behind. You might be able to see that hook right hanging on the wall.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So just like one of those pull-up things, right? Like nothing fancy. Yeah. Okay.
And then I just use that blank wall to take my photos. And then you can see right behind me, kind of, maybe, I've got a pile somewhere. There it is. Anyways, it is stuff that's been photographed but needs to go into inventory. And I kind of leave it there until I get it listed. Once I have it listed, then I have a Ziploc baggie system.
Okay.
The outside Ziploc bags, everything has a SKU number that's a letter and a number. And that's already in my spreadsheet. So when I list it,
so when you get home, you put the number in there before you like wrap it in, right? When does it get the SKU?
The SKU I get when I list it. So as I'm listing it, I'll go through my spreadsheet and see what options are still available. Okay. And then I'll pick one. And then I have my baggies that I've already labeled. And like when something sells, it comes out of the bag, it goes off, gets shipped. That empty bag goes into my little box.
Oh, so you don't ship in the bag that it was stored in? Okay.
I'm
See, I don't either.
being, I don't know, cost effective and eco-friendly.
Yes, eco-friendly. I do the same thing, and then I can reuse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I find one that's empty, put it in that bag, and then I'll make a pile of them. I mean, today I only have one, so there's no pile. But then I'll usually call the 7-year-old and said, "Hey, it's time to go put away the inventory." And my daughter loves to help, so she'll just grab the bags and go put them into our bins, which we can show you at whatever point you want to.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe just so you don't get as dizzy, maybe while Sara introduces herself, I'll take you off and you can walk downstairs.
Yeah.
But I do have a question. So your 7-year-old, so I have a 5-year-old, and she has learned that she hasn't learned. My niece has told her that she can extort me for money to, so I paid her to do some followers and she like learned that. But then my niece was like, cause my brother-in-law resells too. And so she was like, "Oh, I bet your mom will pay you to like clean things and put inventory weight," and like telling her all the things that she. And so now my 5-year-old is like trying to, but she doesn't like, she knows her letters and numbers, but not well enough for inventory. But I hate that part. So if I can get to where she can do it, like that's glorious. But do you pay your 7-year-old or does she just do it for you?
We're not going to tell her about the paying option.
Oh,
right now,
don't let her watch this. My child already knows. She's an entrepreneur, I'm saying.
Like, oh, you're going to pay me? Oh, she's excited because she loves to go shopping with me. She'll help me pick this stuff up. So it's process for her as well because she enjoys it like I do.
Yeah.
I'm sure in a year or two she'll be like, "Where's my money, Mom?"
Well, in a year or two, she'll have her own closet.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to teach this early so that she doesn't depend on anybody but herself. You know,
Yeah, no, it's an awesome thing, like when they get into high school and stuff, because then they can have a job, but then also like play sports and like not have to really like worry about a schedule. I'm starting at 5. My 14-year-old though has no interest. I paid him to do something once and he was like 10 minutes in and was like, "This is awful. Like, I don't even want the money."
My other daughter who's 11, she has 0 interest whatsoever. So it's personality.
Yeah, some of it's that. Okay. I think, Sara, do you have questions for her? Or are we good? I'm gonna cut you off.
No, I'm good right now.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna cut you off. Not to cut you off, but I'm gonna take you off the screen so you don't make us dizzy as you go downstairs. And then we'll talk to Sara for a minute. What's up, Sara? I feel best friends and never. Oh no, you're fine. So Sara did my beta testing for me almost a year ago from the beginning. She was like ride or die with the beta testing. So I feel like me and her like know each other really well, and I've never actually met her. So welcome to the show.
Sorry, my daughter wants to say hi.
Yeah, I was gonna say I hear a little kiddo. Hi. Oh my gosh, she's so cute.
This is Avery. Hey, come here.
I love that name. We have a cousin. So tell us a little bit about your name. Well, your name's Sara, but how you got your reselling name and then how you kind of got into reselling.
Yeah, so my name really doesn't like mean anything special. It was always, my last name is Moon. So like growing up, people would always call me like, "Hey, Moonshine," or Moon whatever. So like it kind of just was like my name for all my social media stuff was like Moonshine. And then so whenever I first got on PoshMark, like I didn't really understand what it was, because when I first started like reselling, it was just because like we just had so many clothes and I was just like, let me try to sell some and get rid of it, because all my kids, I have 4 kids, so like 3 boys and then her, and then like I just have a huge family and they're always like giving us clothes and I'm like, we're not gonna wear it. So I started off with like garage sales, and then I went to like OfferUp, and then somebody told me about PoshMark and I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll throw some clothes on there. Like I didn't really understand that it wasn't like an online garage sale. I was selling stuff really cheap. I was the one that was like naming things white shirt, blue shoes. That was me. Yeah. So yeah, and then like once I first started like making sales, I was like, oh my god, like this is really cool. But like, so it was just the numbers like are just random because I had to put numbers on the end because Moonshine was already taken. Yeah. So, and I didn't realize that it was going to be like a permanent thing.
Like, I know when it's hard, especially once you like get to different platforms and stuff, it like Sarah Styles LLC is not necessarily my favorite, but I've had it for so long for other ventures that I was like, I'm not rebranding. I don't want to go down that path.
Yeah, it's definitely like on my mind now that I feel a little more like established. Now I'm like, I feel like now would be a good time to change my name if I'm going to.
Yeah, before it gets worse.
Yeah, but it's funny because I also work at a restaurant, and so kind of I talk about PoshMark all the time. So people there like will call me, "What's up, Moonshine225?" And I was like, maybe I'll just keep it. I don't know.
That's funny. Yeah, I do kind of your name now. I wouldn't know how to find you without it. So my maiden last name is Ball. And so you can imagine all the nicknames that I had growing up. I don't think that any of those would be appropriate for business.
Wah, wah.
So Noreen, I'm going to put Miranda back on, but I'm going to have you, Sarah, talk about, I'm going to have you talk about your kind of start to finish. But Noreen did have a valid point. Someone posted about how they like to have things shipped with item in some type of sealed bag because of where they live. Package sometimes are left in the weather elements. So Miranda, you had mentioned that you take it out of the plastic. Do you put it in something else, or do you just ship it? I mean, in like an envelope that you're going to ship it in, but do you put it in another plastic bag before you ship it, or you just ship it?
Not typically. When I first started, I bought plastic bags that everything stayed in all the time. So there's still some inventory when it goes in the plastic bag. I just try to keep it wrapped as best as possible. You know, especially with PoshMark, it's usually going out in a box, which I'm less concerned about. Or it's in one of those, like, you know, the poly mailers that you get from Priority.
Yeah.
Those are pretty weatherproof, so I'm not too concerned with those. But
yeah, and I go back and forth on this. Sarah, you can tell us what you do too. I didn't used to because I didn't want cost effective, but then also I don't like plastic. It doesn't go, like, it's so bad for the environment. I don't want to waste more plastic than possible. But then there's certain item, like if I'm sending $100 purse,
yeah,
like I feel like you probably want to. And so I've gotten in the habit more of wrapping things in plastic. I don't necessarily love it, but I do feel like especially my higher price items, sometimes if I have like a $15 shirt, and I don't know, maybe you guys know, in my mind, Priority Mail is secure or covers $50. So I'm like, if it's under $50 and it gets ruined, does Priority Mail cover it?
I think they're supposed to.
Well,
yeah, that's what I'm telling myself. I've never had it happen. If anyone else knows. So kind of the lower price items, I don't always do it unless it's like something leather, like that would absolutely be ruined. But if it's like a shirt and it gets wet and you just wash it, like,
not the end of the world.
Yeah, I don't know. Sarah, what do you do?
Yeah, so what I do, I mean, I don't really have like a set thing. I bought these like rolls of the bread bags that I buy on Amazon because I always did like whenever I started this, I was like researching all about PoshMark and what people do. And I know like it like rains a lot, or, you know, people are like, oh my God, the only thing that saved my package was this plastic wrap on it. I was like, all right, maybe I should like do that. Because I like kind of vary between like just wrapping it in tissue paper or putting it in those bags. Or sometimes like my mom's kind of a shopaholic, so I'm always like collecting her excess packing materials from all of her stuff. So I kind of just reuse a lot from like my family. I'm just like, hey, give me all your stuff. So I have a lot of like random stuff. So it's just like whatever I have at the moment is what I wrap it in. So it can be like nice brown paper, or like nice tissue paper, or those bags. You know, I use the bags like whenever I don't have anything. But like sometimes, yeah, like if it's just like a t-shirt and I can just throw it in a little bubble mailer, sometimes I'll just fold it neatly, ploop it in, and put a thank you note, and that's it.
Yeah, I kind of lean back and forth. So Ashley says that she sold a pair of cowboy boots that she wrapped in a trash bag because I didn't have a baggie big enough. They were brand new. We didn't want them to get messed up. Plus, they were going to PA with a huge snowstorm.
Hey, that works.
My husband says, and I was going to say the same thing, your inventory I'll show you my stuff if we have time, but it looks very similar. It's like in the unfinished basement part of our area as well. I have an Amazon influencer store, mostly just because people ask me where like things that I do. And so it's all like in one shop. It's really organized and easy to do if you guys don't have one. And you get a kickback, but I've made like 74 cents so far. So like, don't do it for that. But I do get clear poly mailers in various different sizes. I sell a lot of really big purses and boots. So there is one on there that is big enough for it, but I don't like to use them. I mean, I'll use it if I have to. I don't like to use it all the time because it's a lot of plastic. Okay, that was a tangent. Sara, talk us through, you get home from shopping, you have inventory, like start to finish-ish.
Yeah, so my room is, I don't have like a basement or anything. So my computer is downstairs, but then I have a room upstairs. So let me show you some pictures. So as soon as I get home, I'll take it upstairs. I'll start like laying everything out, taking like tags off, seeing like what needs to be cleaned or just like polished, because I got a lot of shoes.
I'm going to give a shout out because I know Sara won't do it. She just posted Instagram how to clean her tennis shoes, and she's really good with tennis shoes. She sells a lot of tennis shoes. Follow her on Instagram. Her link is down below. But lots of tips on how to clean them. She posted one today about how to clean tennis shoes, and it was sped up, but it looked like really easy.
It was. I always speed it up because it's boring to watch. But
it looks like not sped up. It looks like it probably didn't really take that much time.
Yeah, no, it really doesn't. It's fast. Okay, so I don't have like a fancy like storage place, but I would love to buy a shoe rack one day. But right now they're kind of just on the floor.
Yeah,
look too. It's okay.
Are your kids allowed? So mine's all like stored and put away, and I even have so mine's in the basement. I don't have a door to close. But like, are your kids allowed in your room? Will your littlest one, like mine, would just my inventory?
Okay, so yeah, only under like close supervision. Luckily, like in my upstairs, their room is literally down the hall from me. So if I leave both doors open, I can like watch them while I'm in there.
Okay.
But I do have like 2 games in the PoshMark room, like if they absolutely
to play, but like
to be in there. But they know better than they know they're not allowed to in there.
Yeah, well, my world is like trouble.
Yeah, no, I mean they used to try, but they've been disciplined enough where now they know.
Yeah,
that's a big no.
And it scares me. That's why all my stuff is in boxes to stay.
But I think it helps too because they don't like to go upstairs by themselves. They're scared of the dark of the upstairs. Yeah. So I think that helps them like deter from being sneaky because they're not just going to go up there because they're scared of it.
Okay. So you have all your shoes on the floor, which then makes it pretty easy because you can see them all.
Yeah. I used to I've tried putting them all in these boxes. Oh, yes,
I've heard that.
And I like made a wall of it. But as soon as you get more than like 4, they start like bending in and like the towers start leaning and falling. So I was like, this is not going to work. So then I was just like, all right, they need to go on the floor. So I think this year my purchases are going to be like to buy shoe racks that I can have them because I hate all this floor space is taken up.
I do have shoes. I'm going to actually show you, not to cut you off, but it's a good segue, not to make you dizzy. My shoes, and it costs to get it set up, but my shoes are like in the half bins.
Oh, I like that.
Oh.
And then you can do it. Can you see?
Uh-huh.
You can do them 1 deep. So they're all covered and then they all have like numbers on them. And then you can do it like 1 deep. And I can usually, depending on what it is, fit like 4 to 6 pairs of shoes in them.
Nice.
Because I had a shoe rack when I was getting too many, and then I had them on the shelf. And ours is in the basement. And so like I was scared that they were going to get like dust. It's like the basement, right? So I wanted them protected.
Yeah. So that might actually be better.
You have to buy it.
I'm thinking about it
more, but
the drawer racks, the shoe racks goes over your closet door. I have one of those that I keep in a closet upstairs, so I can only fit like maybe 10 pairs of shoes in there. But at least storage spot that it's safe. It's on the door and it's an extra out of the way area. But it definitely doesn't do well for boots.
Yeah, boots are hard.
I had one of those when I started moving to more shoes. I mean, I probably have like 150 pairs of shoes now. And so that's when I was like,
I have like 200 something. Like,
and they're just all on your floor, Sarah?
yeah. And some are in the boxes, and most of them are on the floor. I do have like one hanging like rack thing that I put all like the sandals and small shoes in. Like, I need something.
So this is Ashley has or not a question, but she says she needs to learn how to clean canvas shoes. Do either of you have tips on? I hate cleaning, so if y'all have tips on that.
Yeah, canvas shoes, like Converse or something like that. Like you can buy that foam cleaner that cleans it really well, or if you even just want to use like home stuff, if you just mix a little bit of water and like Dawn dish soap, it makes a really like great cleaner.
I don't have
You
any
just scrub it.
for canvas. Honestly, I have not encountered much of it. I try to stick to my leather when I do shoes. But
Yeah.
and that's what I hear from a lot of resellers, that Dawn is like the go-to for any kind of cleaning.
Yeah, it cleans really well.
I learned that for kids.
Yeah.
And we cloth diaper too, and so it was like getting poop and stuff out. That was down a path you don't want to hear about all that, but it works for everything. I usually throw them depending on what they are, but you could throw a lot of shoes, canvas. Don't throw leather shoes in the washer, and then just let them air dry. And that's about the extent of cleaning that I get. Like if the washer won't clean it, then I won't do it. But you have to be careful what shoes you do, because sometimes the form.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to.
It can also sometimes it can like separate the glue like from the soles.
Yeah, I do washer. Super gentle, but I don't get a lot of tennis shoes. I usually do like suede and leather and stuff, and do put those in the washer.
No.
Okay. So you get home, that's how you take pictures. So do you have things stored in numbers and stuff, or you kind of just know where everything is?
So I need to, because it's getting to that point. But right now,
how many active do you have? I didn't ask. How many
active? I have like 560 or something like that.
Oh my God, Sarah, and you don't have them numbered?
I know. Oh my God. I warned you. I'm crazy. So this is what it looks like before. I have this rack that I hang stuff. So like after I'll iron it and then hang it up. That's what I need to get photographed. And then I have a closet in that room. So like I hang up all of this. Oh, wait, wrong way. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. There's some boxes up there. Ugh. Okay. So I hang up all of the shirts and jackets. And here there's like a shit ton. They're all squished together. And then I have this little like thing in the attic where I have some bins. Hold on, sorry. I have bins. These are like kids' clothes, and then like women's shorts / skirts, boys, and then I have another bin that I put like women's jeans in, and another one for regular pants. I have like jeans, pants, and then I have another bin for like men's bottoms. And then I have this like rack for all the dresses or like long jackets.
I mean, do you have like a photograph? I don't know if photographic memory is the right way, but like you can remember where all these things are.
Yeah, because I mean they're separated by like category.
I know, but I can't.
So like
I tried that, and I was like, I don't remember. And then I put something in. I'm like, I'll remember where that goes, and then I don't.
It's gone.
Oh no. I guess I just remember. Because I'm like, all right, all my like shirts and tops are gonna be here, and sweaters. And then all my dresses are in a separate thing. And then all the kids, like, I mean, I won't remember like which one. Sometimes I have to open and be like, okay, which one is this?
But
not
if you
it.
have 500 active, like you probably have a crap ton of like things hanging up, or probably like, does it take you forever, or you remember like?
No, it takes me a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes me a long time to find stuff. At least for like shirts.
Yeah, I feel like
they're all. I'm just like sifting through the rack. Like.
So Noreen says that she has a death pile of 100 shoes. I hate death piles, but 100 shoes sounds amazing. And listing shoes is like my favorite. They're so easy.
Yeah.
And you can like quickly do a white background. And then she also says she uses a Q-tip with rubbing alcohol. And I use rubbing alcohol on a lot of stuff. Like you can clean the soles to get like the, cause you know how they write on the bottom.
Yeah, they can get the marker off with some of the marker off with, depending on the material.
Yeah. Yeah. I won't do it like on the leather sole.
I use nail polish remover a lot too. For that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The acetone hairspray works too. Or sometimes I just use a baby wipe. If it's like a rubber, I can just use a baby wipe and get it off.
We don't have baby wipes anymore. I'm past the baby wipe stage. Yes.
We just got out of the diaper stage, but we had leftover wipes. So I'm like,
yeah.
Okay, this is for PoshMark now.
Well, I mean, I take that back. I'm lying. He's still kind of potty training, but he had a cloth diaper because his he had got such bad diaper rashes, so we couldn't use any. It sucked. It was awful.
No fun.
Yeah.
Some people like it. Ashley says she has a drawer system. Every drawer has a letter, and then each item in the drawer has a number. Like, what kind of drawer? I'm imagining like little itty bitty drawers, like a filing cabinet, maybe. Yeah, we'll see if she responds.
Like a whole dresser.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure she's really active. I'm sure she'll tell us. Okay, so you're in the basement now, Miranda. This is where all of your inventory is, or you said you had some upstairs too, right?
I have smaller stuff in the closet. So like some of my shoes are in there, purses are in there, like small things like bras or accessories that can fit in a little cube thing. Those are upstairs in a closet. And it's just like a coat closet. But behind me, I've got just the bins, and it's really sophisticated. Just masking tape with marker written on there as far as the letter. I mean, I've got A through I think right now, and then all of my numbers, I have them blocked off at like 25 items per bin. So when my spreadsheet is open, it's like A 1 through 25, and then B and down the line. And then when I need to add more, I'll just have to get another bin and just go up in the alphabet and just keep 25 per item.
And so it's not by category. Mine is what you keep upstairs. Like that's correct. But everything, like you can have, or you can have like a shirt and a dress and pants. It's just like in order of
it's a hodgepodge. I mean, you'll find a little bit of everything for men's, women's, kids, whatever's in there. The only thing that differs is like if I got big bulky items, big jackets, those are actually hanging upstairs on that rack in my posh room. They're just kind of on the bottom shelf hanging there, and I just know that there's only a handful of those, and that's where they live because they're one jacket would take up my entire bin and would kind of defeat the purpose.
Yeah, that's how my jacket. Can you see back there? Maybe that big gray one. See? No. Oh wait, I'm on thirds. Where am I? Those big gray ones are jackets.
Yeah.
I had another question. So, what do you do when you mislabeled something, or you put a SKU in it?
Are you talking to Sarah?
No, to both of you. Well,
I don't have SKUs, so
like cry. Besides cry,
I've had it happen twice in like what 6, 7 months.
Oh, you are like a boss. That is not bad at all. I mean, like twice a week over here. Just this morning, I was like, why did I put the right number on that?
And it's usually like I mix up a C and a G because like the writing was really poor. And it's like, is that a C or a G? And it ends up in the wrong one. So I kind of just, what looks kind of like what I'm looking for, and I'll look in that bin. And I've been fortunate. I haven't lost anything. It might have taken me extra minutes to find it, but I haven't lost it officially. So
I have not lost anything either. Have you lost stuff, Sarah? Like
I have.
Well, yeah. Did you find it later?
So sometimes I would find it. I have some family members that have a little sticky finger-ish a little bit.
Oh, Sarah.
They have been dealt with, but
okay.
But yeah, like last year I was having problems with like I would sell something and then be like, where is this now?
And then you probably spent 2 hours mini panic attack trying to find it.
Yeah. And then I would like find it in like somebody else's room and I'd be like, why the F is this over here? Like,
Now I've been guilty of that personally. Like I'm like, I gotta go out tonight and I need something to wear, so I'm gonna shop from my own Posh closet.
I definitely do that.
Yeah,
and then
definitely.
Tag that belongs to this item that I know I didn't sell. Oh yeah, it's in my closet right now. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh yes, right. Yeah, you don't put it back. Like I just shot my YouTube video for what sold in February. this afternoon, and I talked about there was 2 or 3 items that I'm pretty sure I cried because they sold. And my husband, and they were like, one was like $100 purse, and my husband was like, "Why? Like, you just sold $100 purse?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but it's what I was using for my last."
But I want it.
Yeah, but then I just got another one out of my inventory, so it's fine.
My husband's like, "Oh, I really like those pants. You should keep those." And I'm like, "Yeah, I should." And then they sell, and I'm like, "I'm sad they sold." He goes, "I'm more sad that they sold. I really like those on you."
Oh, that's cute.
My husband does that for his own stuff. Every time I bring some like tennis shoes home that are close to his size, he's like, "Oh, maybe I'll just keep those." I'm like, "Really?"
I don't show my husband stuff because he'll want to keep, like, I had a pair of Todd's that were his size, and they're like $500 shoes, right? And I think they sold for like around $100, and so I didn't show those to him.
Yeah.
A pair of like the ones that are sell for $20. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't have to list those. But so Noreen's asking if our Poshmark closet names are the same as what you guys have here. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And their links in the YouTube, their links, I think, I don't remember what I put there. I think they were the Instagram links, and your links on Instagram have all your various different places.
And mine's the same across the board from
So is mine.
Yeah.
eBay,
Okay.
Poshmark, Mercari. I just started Etsy and my Instagram. They're all of it's under Rags2Trends. So
Smart.
Yeah.
Good.
Mine is too. I'm in Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, and then Instagram. Poshmark is all the same.
Okay. I feel like I had another question. Oh, so now you're shipping, right? So you guys take your stuff, you put it away. Sarah has her various different places, but you know it. I mean, and this is why I wanted to do a panel, because everybody has something different that works. You don't have to have, and you're having it in various different parts of your house. Like, you don't have to have this, right? But now you have a SKU in your listing. Miranda, you have a SKU in your listing, so you can go find it and then you ship it, and then you're done.
Find it for me. Hey babe, go find A7 or G17, and she'll go find it and bring it back up, so I don't have to go downstairs. I'm being lazy. And I'm like, okay, great. Now we get to do the shipping, which is a different closet, but.
Yeah. So you're getting lots of exercise because you're having to go in various parts of the house. And then I was gonna say something else. Sarah, I'm gonna mute you real quick. It is okay. So I did have another question for you about your shipping, and so your SKU. Do you put your SKU, because you sell on various different platforms? Is your SKU in your spreadsheet that you have, or is it on the different platforms?
All of the above. So
you are organized
with the spreadsheet, and then from there, everywhere that it goes, the SKU follows it. So like eBay, there's a special little slot that you can put the SKU in. Mercari doesn't, so I just add it to the listing. I think Etsy has an option for the SKU, put it in there, and then Poshmark now has that option.
So on Poshmark, before they had that option, were you on Poshmark before they had the option? Okay. Oh yeah, I was thinking you were okay. So did you go in and change all of them, or just the new ones? Okay. I've had people tell me that, and I was like, oh my God, that sounds like such not fun.
I'm running around 275 active listings. I would love to get higher. It just hasn't had the time yet.
So she's gone.
275, even with that amount, I'm like, no. New ones get it. Old ones are in the listing. I can click over faster than I can go in and add them all.
Okay. And this is not an inventory related question, but you guys are on various different platforms and staying organized. Do you use a cross poster to stay organized, or do you do it all? Like, how does that work? I think, Sarah, you use I know you use something. Vendu, maybe?
I started with Vendu, but because I did like the beta one, and it was okay, but I was still like having issues with it. So I didn't get like all of my inventory on there. And I did not sign up for I just have their like basic free one right now.
You have a free one? So what does the free one do?
You get to import or like create 5 new ones a month. But I'm like, all the stuff that I already have on there, I'm still because I never like cross posted every single thing that I had on there. So I'm still like, because I do Mercari. I've restarted Mercari this month, so I'm like going through and just like posting the ones that I have on there on Mercari. But I'm not like, I'm probably not going to stay with that program.
So do they, and just because I'm curious, you have to import it into Vendoo first, and then you can post it. Like it has to live in Vendoo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You can import it you can import it from one of your platforms, and it makes like this base listing, and then from there you can click on like all the different ones that you have, like PoshMark, Mercari, eBay are my three. You can see where it's listed, where it's not listed. And now it's kind of cool because you can mark them as sold and what platform it's sold on now.
And does it take it off?
And it will delist it for you, which is nice. I do really like that about it.
To say, because that's the thing.
Yeah. So if I like had everything on there, it would probably be easier. But I've also like, because on eBay you have to like relist a lot or like just revise it every now and then. And I'm having, if I want to like change out the pictures, I can't, like the way I guess that Vendoo puts it on eBay, like it makes my pictures weird where I can't just like change one picture out, because then it's like a self-hosted whatever.
So can you, once you've posted it, like you've used Vendoo to cross post it, you can't just go into that listing on eBay and mess around with it? You have to do it in Vendoo?
No, you can, but you can't change the pictures. And sometimes the like description, if you click on the description on the eBay app, like it'll look weird. It'll be like formatted weird.
Oh, and most people use the app. Because that's a big thing. The person so I pay someone to work for me on eBay a lot because she's done it for like 12 years and she can do it in like 5 minutes. And sometimes I'm like, it's just easier to pay you to do it when I don't have time. But so she knows her stuff, and she said that that's why like the first words are so important, because most people are looking on their phone. And so if it's not showing well and it's looking weird, that could be distracting of people. That's interesting.
Like I don't know if it shows like in what other people see, but when I'm like in the editing part, if I'm trying to edit my listing and I click on the description to like edit the description, it like shows up weird. Like I don't know if I can show it to you or not, but
while we're waiting on that, someone does have a question, and then I'll get to you, Miranda. So Noreen's name on eBay is Rags2Trends. How fun.
Oh, cool.
So MF asks, do we take measurements as we photograph before storing and provide all that right away in the listing, or just as requested?
I do it on everything.
Do you take pictures of it, or do you write it in the listing, or both?
Both. Like PoshMark, you only get 8 photos. So a lot of the times I don't have enough photos to show the pictures of the measurements. So those I'll just add in. Like eBay, I get 12. So that will have the pictures of the measurements. I find I work faster when I'm taking pictures of the measurements rather than taking my pictures and then going back later for the measurements. So I just do it all at once.
And I do pictures as well. Also because then like they can see exactly what I'm measuring. If I say armpit to armpit and they're thinking, I was a hairdresser for years, and I learned that what people say isn't always what they mean. Like they would say, I want red hair. And then like, they didn't actually mean red. They meant like brown with like a tint. Like I'd rather not like say, have any kind of dispute there. Like you can see exactly what I'm taking a picture of. So mine's all in, even on PoshMark, I use that. Sometimes I'll make a collage of the measurements if I need extra photos. Because but then it's more time consuming. But I do really want to have the measurements. That's usually if I need to like show a flaw or something, because I don't have enough pictures for that. Sarah, what do you do for?
Yeah, I don't take pictures of the measurements, because also like on PoshMark you only have 8, so I'm like I never have enough. But I'll like write it. I have this like notes on my phone that I'll just like write it down and then copy and paste it whenever I'm listing. But I do agree. I'm trying to be like super specific, and like when I say chest width, that means like from side seam to side seam and like stuff like that. I'll like, or if like one of the sleeves is weird, if I'm doing sleeve length, I'll like Like, cause sometimes you know how it has like the little marker in the sleeve, to where it's like there's like a seam going across your shoulder. You know what I mean? So, but sometimes it does not there. So on like shirts like that, I'll be like, okay, from the edge of the collar down to the end, that's the length. You know, so I'm like, I try to.
Time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna get back to you for something, Miranda. Do you remember what we were talking about?
Oh, Vendu.
Yes. Oh, yes. Right. Cross posting. So do you use Vendu or List Perfectly, or do you?
Yeah, I started with Vendu when they were in the beta, and so it was free. And so I pulled everything from PoshMark over and listed it on eBay. And then I heard a nasty rumor about eBay and Vendu not getting along very well. And so, like your sales dropping by using Vendu. I don't know if it's true or not. So I'm gonna say when
on eBay, I get that from Posh, but eBay, that's interesting.
I never heard that. Yeah.
I don't know. It was actually another YouTube video that I watched, and so I don't know. There's no data behind it, but it just kind of like made me think like I should test this out. And so like I listed with Vendu and watched my sales for a while, and then I stopped listing with Vendu anyway. And ironically, my sales went up a little bit. So I don't know. Like I said, there's no data. And so I've been using Vendu less and doing a lot more processing manually. But I still use it for my PoshMark because it's super easy to delist, relist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To like copy the photos and redo everything because you just super fast to relist. I haven't noticed any issues with PoshMark at all. So, and again, there's no numbers. I'm not saying one or another.
Yeah, no, I hadn't heard that, but that's why I like having these conversations. Is that's what we talk about? That's interesting. So I
really do.
I do all the things. I don't know. I haven't figured my life out. I've only recently started cross posting, so I'm still trying to tread water and figure out what to do. I do pay a lister because I do the dashboard and YouTube and Instagram, and I also like have 3 children. So I don't have time for everything, and so I do pay a lister, and she prefers eBay. So she usually does something. She usually creates a listing on eBay, and then whose kids? Are those your kids, Sarah? I'm going to put you on mute. It's fine.
Sorry. They're in the other room.
Oh, no, it's okay. I'm just going to mute you. So she will list something, and then I will usually cross-post it from there. I have been using Vendu, or not Vendu, List Perfectly. I really enjoy the women who run List Perfectly. I have met with them and talked with them, and I really like their purpose and who they are as a company, which means a lot to me. And then I also like that it can be like an inventory management, because I think I'm like the only person that doesn't track every single item, which is funny because I'm like a data person, right? But I don't, my CPA is like, you need a high level number. I don't want to know every item. So I've never tracked every item. But as I'm starting to post different places, I'm like, well, I need to know where all of these things are. So I'm trying to manage my way through that. I'm going to have a live on that because I want to hear what other people do as well. That is not at all what the session was about, but that's what we're talking about while we're here. I want to make sure so actually, as of List Perfectly is a paid service. Yeah, List Perfectly and Vendu are both like monthly subscriptions. And they both have like various different tiered rates depending on how much you do. And it's so you still have to click buttons and fill things out, but I'd say it probably cuts the time in half. Would you say almost?
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of gotten to a point too where I've honed in on my skills, so I can cross post maybe 3 or 4 minutes. Like it's copy and paste essentially. I've got the listing built on one platform, so I've got 2 windows open. It's just copy and pasting. And if I have the pictures already on, like I said, I use my tablet to upload them. That's just an extra 10 seconds to upload them again. So
so that was my question. If you are doing the same listing at the same time and you already have the photos, I think it's really useful when you're like going back and doing like all your old ones.
Going back and doing, I mean, I don't keep my photos. Once they're posted, they're gone. So for me, it would be impossible, almost impossible to be able to do.
Well, so when I did eBay before I tried List Perfectly, I did probably 200 on eBay from PoshMark, and I did screenshots.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was awful.
You have to go edit every one of them.
It was awful. No, it was awful. And then the picture's not as good either because it's a screenshot. It's not terrible, but it does ruin some of it.
That was concern about the screenshot. It's like I'm going to lose the quality of the photo. And if my earlier photos were not great as it was,
Yeah, right.
Make it worse. So just do it that way.
Yeah. All right. We are wrapping up to about 7 o'clock. If people have questions, I think we went over it. Were there other things? Oh, I wanted to ask, so you guys both use the dashboard, and I just like hearing what your favorite parts of the dashboard are. Just because I think it's interesting. Everyone tells me a different favorite. Huh?
It's your baby. Of course you're interested.
Well, no, that too, but it's like things that like I like asking this question now because I asked it to someone and their favorite part was the weekly, like my least favorite part of the dashboard that I'm like, I'm just going to get rid of that one on the next release that I do. Like if I update things, I was like, I don't like this chart. I'm going to get rid of it. And this lady was like, that's my favorite chart. So I just like hearing like what people's favorite things are. So Sarah, you've been with me from the beginning. So you have like all of the ins and outs of it. What is your favorite part of it?
Oh man. I don't have like a one favorite. I mean, I love like the what is it, the simulator, and on the sales dashboard right now I really like the total revenue thing where I can see like everything all together. It's really awesome. And then also like the bundle OTL sheet is really, really cool too, because I like to see like if it's working, which for me OTLs are, I'm at about almost 20% success with that. So
have you tried different strategies to see like which ones work better for you?
Right now at first I did it after every single like. Right now I'm trying to just do like once in the morning and once at night, and that seems to be working pretty well. So I'm just gonna keep trying for this month and see like if it's better than what I was doing. So
I'm actually doing, hopefully, I have all these YouTube video ideas. It's whether I have time. I have it prepped to do a YouTube video because I've done various different offer to like strategies and how I look at my data to see what is working. Because sometimes I'll get more % of offer to like, but I'm getting a lower ASP. And so while it's working, I'm not necessarily making more money at it. So these are all like various things. And what's working for me doesn't mean that that's what's working for you, which is, of course, why I love it, because you can try these different things for yourself.
Yeah, my ASP for my OTLs are the highest of all.
Oh, nice.
So I'm like,
so it is definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. I'm gonna step in real quick. Ashley said. She says she thinks she broke hers. Send me a DM. I think we were chatting the other day. It's hard for me to keep everyone because unless you have the same name on like all the platforms, someone will like DM me on Facebook and then on Instagram and I don't realize it's the same person. But send me a DM, Ashley. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out or post in. Oh, she said we were. I thought we were. Or we can talk in the Facebook group as well. Miranda, what's your favorite part?
Right. If I have to pick one.
You can say all of them.
All of them. Yeah. All of them. I love having the breakdown of different platforms because I'm on some platforms now. Having that graph that shows me what's doing my best. I mean, PoshMark is still my best income from all. But is a close second. And then Mercari has its moments. Like I haven't had a sale in 3 weeks, and yesterday I had 2 out of nowhere. So it's like it's funny how that kind of pops up here and there. But it's fun to be able to. But I also agree with being able to see like my strategies that I do with trying to make sales on PoshMark, whether it be the offer to likers or closet clear out, kind of see how that's working. I've recently did a new closet clear out method. It's actually quote unquote the Becky Park method. I don't know if you guys have heard of it or not.
Yes, someone told me that in another video, and I hadn't heard of it, but it sounds like similar to what I do for bundles, where you like contact them right away and then lower if they want to, right?
Exactly. And I've actually had a lot of luck with that, better than any other method I've tried. And so I'm like, thank you, Becky, if you're watching.
Yeah. Well, you can't. I don't think you can tag on YouTube. Otherwise, I would tag her so she could see.
It's one of my other favorites. So.
Yeah.
I need y'all to send me that method so I can share it.
I'll share it. I'll share it to my stories. What's her name, Becky? Because that's the second person that's told me that.
Park on PoshMark, I think.
But it's a YouTube video. Her name's Becky Park on YouTube. Okay.
I don't know. It's Becky Park. I don't know.
Okay, I'll find it. Hold on, let me put it down so I don't forget.
Cute little thing.
You're the second person that's told me that it's working, so I will definitely give her a shout out so other people can find that video. Closet Clear Out never works for me. So if you have the dashboard, we do a deep dive every month. We're not doing one this month. I'm going to go back to that in a second. We're not doing this month. But every month we do a deep dive where I gather people's data that are using the dashboard, and then we look at various different things. And we've looked at different things for the Closet Clear Out, I think twice. And the end result is womp womp. Now, that being said, it is a high level. We are looking at the full picture. It does not mean that it doesn't work for you. So figure out what works for you. But that was kind of the end result. Going back to why we're not doing a deep dive this month and what you were talking about, looking at the different platforms, stay tuned. Yeah. I am on various different platforms. I'm starting to venture out into various different platforms. So there are things that I want to see. So follow me on Instagram and follow me on YouTube. There's lots of things happening over here at Sara Styles. Stay tuned and find out. I think Sarah's involved. I think, right? Yeah. So that is that. Unless people have questions or you guys want anything to share, we are right at an hour, and I can hear my kids melting down for bedtime. So I'm sure you are. Yeah. It's that time of night. Oh, Ashley says I'm hoping it'll be a March surprise. It may be April because I don't have all the time in the world. But I'm excited for it. It's pretty exciting. So if you guys have anything else to share, or if you want to give a shout out, your information is all down below. If you guys want to contact them, I found them on Instagram, or they found me. Well, they're both very social on Instagram. So if you have questions specifically for them, I know that they will be very receptive to that. Their information is down below. These lives are a community for us to talk and grow and learn together. If you have something that you want me to talk about, I am happy to do it. And if you want to come on it, send me a message. Or if you're an expert in something that we haven't had, or even something that I have had, if you're an expert, definitely reach out to me. And so I can have you on this live. My motto for these are, I have to remember this better. Individually, you are a drop. Together, we are an ocean. We can learn so much from each other. And I learned a lot here. I hope other people did as well, not just with inventory. If you're watching the recording of this, you can leave comments down below and I will make sure to respond to them. Or if Sara and Miranda, I'll make sure that it's for them as well. Subscribe if you like content like this, growing your reselling business. You don't have to be full-time. Neither one of these women are full-time. It's both a side hustle, but if you're going to spend your time doing it, you want to be most efficient with how you are doing it. So make sure to subscribe, give likes, and leave comments down below. I think that was my whole spiel.
Thank you so much for having me on, Sara. I really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
And thank you everyone who joined online. It's always fun to chat. Everyone have a good night.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.